Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And look, no, this way, I have Aley with me. Welcome to the LSD show.
LSD, far out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Groovy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Letting Spirit drive. What do you think we were talking about?
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That's what
yes, that too. That too.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, I love that little intro.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Arthur isn't with us. We don't get custody of Arthur until the end of the month. Mm-hmm. So generally, we'll try to do the show every 2 weeks, but usually it's, the end of the month, Arthur joins us. And then 2 weeks before the end of the month, it's just Aley and me. But hey, nothing wrong with just Aley and me. We're great. We're fabulous.
There you go. That's right. And up and ready to talk about wherever Spirit takes us. Yeah.
Wherever Spirit takes us. So hello to those of you who have joined us. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. We've got 40 in the room already. My goodness, 45. It's jumping. 45. So thank you. Thank you for being here. What's happening with you, Aley?
Not too much. My community college classes ended yesterday, so I have a couple of weeks to get ready for the next group of them. But I also have to make my all of my postings disability friendly before then. So I'm kind of in a learning curve on that. And the weather was really beautiful. Now it's raining again. Otherwise, not bad. Not bad. Not a bad day. Yeah. Not a bad week. Yeah. Yep. How about yourself? What you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, not a whole heck of a lot. I my sciatica started acting up, and I'd rather go through labor, honestly.
I get you.
Yeah. So I've been spending a lot of quality time with my heating pad, and trying it. It's a little difficult sometimes to sit for any length of time. The good news is the chair that I have has got heat and it's got massage. So when I need to, I can turn it on and just kind of lean into it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
go. There's that. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So
there's something to be said. Yeah. There's something to be said about what we don't get prepared for when we hit a certain age.
Yes. Yeah. And I did a show earlier. I was on Scott Scorpio Sun's channel, and we were talking about things, and he said, I think it was Betty Davis who, as she was getting close to the end of her life, said something like, old age isn't for wimps.
No. I thought, that's right. Yeah. And my dad used to say, when people ask him how he's doing, he'd say, I'm okay for someone that's in the breakdown lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, this is interesting. Amanda says, magnesium will help you sleep and it eases muscle pain.
And if you can get the magnesium cream, you can put it on your feet and put socks on in bed because it's greasy. That's the only reason. Yeah. But I sleep like a champ when I have it on my feet. It's amazing. Yeah.
All righty then.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Make mental note.
Mental note. Right.
Yeah. There we are. So that's what I've been up to. I had planned this this weekend to put together the email and all the paperwork to send out to folks for the upcoming Shine Your Light event.
Yeah.
Which is on March 28th on the Saturday. And you know how much I got accomplished?
Yeah, I know.
So
sometimes that's okay.
yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, still have to do that. But you know what? There might be parts of me that are falling apart, but I'm looking good for a broad my age. So
there you go. I love that. I've been watching this show on Netflix called Age of Attraction, and
oh,
it's about people who date people they don't know their age. And oh my God, there was one couple that was a 33-year difference in age.
oh my gosh.
And it was the man that was the older. Then there's one that had about a 27 age difference, and the young man was like 27 and she was 54. So I know. But you know, I know there are some men out there that really like older women. They just do. I've heard that. So yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Well, yeah.
There you go. So speaking of older men.
Yes. Did you hear what he did today?
Oh, Lord Jesus, no, what?
He's having a conversation about the war and how nobody wants to help him in the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, he calls it the Straits. The Straits of Hormuz. Yeah. And then he's got Mikey Johnson sitting next to him. And they were talking about something, and he says, yeah, this man is amazing. He's only had like a 2 or 3 person majority in the House, and he does such a good job, and blah, blah, blah. And then this one died, and that was really stupid. You know, he didn't like that these 2 people died and left. And then he says, we have another guy. He's terminal, and we've talked to him, and he's going to stay as long as he can. And then he said, I don't know if you want to know his name. And Mike Johnson's turning green. I mean, and he says his name. It's some guy from Florida that's in that Congress. It starts with a D. And then he says to Mike, yeah, he's got a terminal illness. You should tell everybody he's going to die before June.
Oh, Lord.
And that's like so against the law. And Mike said, well, we really didn't know that, and we really shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Lawsuit. Hello.
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
He just broke all the HIPAA regulations and violation. You're absolutely, it was awful. It was awful. And especially the grisly laughter afterwards. Yeah.
Yes, I bet. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I don't understand. He said, and so did I believe Pete Hegseth and maybe even J.D. Vance, come to think of it. They absolutely destroyed Iran. They flattened it. They took out their missiles. They took out their navy. They took out their Patriot sites. They took all that out.
There's nothing left.
Nothing left. But can you all just come in and help us guide ships through the Strait of Hormuz?
And you're in NATO, and you're supposed to help.
Yeah.
And every single one of them refused. And I said, because he's been a jerk. Who the hell wants to help him?
Exactly.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Exactly. And besides, what do you need help with? You destroyed Iran.
Correct.
What could Iran possibly do to you now?
Right. That's right.
So that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. He's losing.
Yeah.
He needs some duct tape. Yes.
He really does. He really does. He says nobody wants to help us. And like you say, he already said it was over with anyway. And so you help him out the door, right, Charlie? Absolutely.
Yes.
But he also, Pete Hegseth the other day. Now I don't know if this is true, but I saw this on somewhere, and they said that Pete said, we want to send our ground people in so they can be on the ground and they can, I'm going to say the word grape, the wives and daughters of those other soldiers. Yeah, that's what he said.
What a man.
just, and he's supposed to be the Christian nationalist, wonderful man, but that has nothing to do with what. And now I'm hearing that the Marines, there was supposed to be 2,500 to 5,000 Marines, they're refusing, and the Army is refusing to go. And I thought, that's what we needed to do.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. Leave him standing alone.
Yeah.
You and Israel started this. You and Israel shit the bed. You and Israel clean it up.
That's right. Right. And
nobody else
Spirit, you're right. Because if we had been attacked, it's a different story.
Yes.
We were not attacked, and neither was Israel. If we're going to help them out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you get that Netanyahu is still around?
Here's what I've been feeling for the last week or so. When I heard that his plane was in Germany, I thought, okay, all right. Once things started to get hot, he got his butt out of Israel real quick.
Yeah.
The fact that his plane was in Germany would have suggested that maybe he was too. However, wouldn't it be ironic that the country that exists as a result of Nazi propaganda,
that's true. Yeah, it would be
runs to Germany for help
after all of that. Yeah.
So I don't know that he has transitioned yet. It feels like he's certainly not in charge. That's number one. He's not in charge.
Right. No, I think you're right.
He's in I think he's in hiding. I think that he has been very, very wounded, or has come down with something that he's not going to survive. So now it's just a matter
of assistance. He needs somebody to help him. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Yes, because the other thing that I got, and it's funny because I had when I sent a notice out to my members, and I said, watch out for this. I said he is. They are desperately trying to get him back into Israel so that they can make a martyr out of him. But wherever he is, I don't know that
more and more people that are willing to bring him to the Hague. He really does. Now I heard his brother died in one of the things that was, and a lot like his chief secretary or whatever. So there's been a number of them, but when they first showed him, he was in a video and he had 6 fingers on each hand. So it was AI. And then he laughed about it, according to whoever. And so he did another video yesterday where he was at a coffee shop. And, if you look at his picture and the picture of it at the coffee shop, he has no wrinkles on his head. But the real giveaway was that he was drinking a cup of coffee and there was a register there where he had paid, and it had a date of 2024 on it.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. I saw that video, and I saw that yes, he was of course I don't speak Israeli or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, he picks up this coffee cup, and it's filled to the brim. I mean, it's right up to the top. And there are times when he is that, he's kind of holding it, and it's kind of like this, but nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. Yeah. I thought, okay, well, that's weird. And then as he's talking and he's going like this, and then like this, like, see, 5 fingers, if I can count them 5. And as he's talking, and there's just something about it that I thought, no, that doesn't feel right. And as a matter of fact, I said to Chris, I said, look at that coffee cup. that it tilts, but nothing's coming out.
Mhm.
And not a minute later, the guy who was talking about the video said, "And what about that coffee cup?" It tilts. I said, "See,
Yeah.
didn't I just say that?"
Uh-huh.
I think that a lot of that was AI generated as
I do
well.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And which is very obviously we can see why it's so dangerous. Everything
yes,
that's happening.
yes.
I wanted to remind everybody that I had heard last week that Sasha Riley is going to be interviewed by somebody on, I don't know who, on MS Now this
Oh,
week. So I'm just letting you know. That's all. I don't know if Rachel's doing it tonight. I don't know if Lawrence is going to do it or Jen Psaki or whoever.
yeah.
But somebody's really taking him seriously now. Because in the
Mhm.
beginning, a lot of people didn't take him seriously.
That's
So
true. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
And there's, you, just a second. I just want to bring something up here that, who was it now?
Oh wow.
Yes, yeah, that Goldmundy said, "Did you know that Javier Milei of Argentina and Netanyahu are related? They have the same grandfather."
Wow.
Interesting.
That is interesting. And you know that many Germans went to
Yes,
Argentina after the war. A lot of them, though, were the Nazi people.
yes.
But yeah, he was, I think it said that Netanyahu was born in Poland or he was a Polish Jew. And then he came to the United States and went to, I don't think it was Harvard, but it was a school here. And that's how he got
Mhm.
his affiliation here. But I mean, he's been in there for so long. It's like
Yeah,
never can get him out of
yeah,
here, you know?
yeah, yeah. But
Mhm.
wherever he is not. He's not well. He
Mhm.
may he may have already transitioned. One of the
Maybe.
I kind of took a chance, and I got a download. I got a hit one day that, yeah, between the 15th and the 17th.
Oh, okay.
So I
Mhm.
put it out there. We'll see.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I'll either be right or wrong.
Yeah.
The
That's
thing is,
true.
yeah, I got a 50 chance of getting it right. Um, wherever he is, they now have to come up with an exit strategy. How do they walk away from this without the whole world
Yeah.
kind of, hating them? Um, how do they deal with the insecurity in the Middle East that they themselves have caused? How
Mhm.
are they going to deal with the repercussions of Iran saying, "We didn't start this, but you know what? We just might finish it."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
got nothing to lose. You have accused us of being the devil incarnate. We got
Mhm.
nothing to
We
lose.
got nothing to, and we got Kim Jong Un on their, Iran's side.
Yes.
Somebody said they may have already sent a weapon there, and of course, when push comes to shove, I think that the Arab states will go like this to the United States before they allow that whole area just to be decimated. Because Lebanon, they're getting hit in Lebanon
Yes.
and Dubai.
Yes.
I'm yeah. I wouldn't
Yeah.
think that they'd be too
Yeah.
happy about any of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. And Amanda says, "Yeah, I woke up Friday morning and heard in my head that Netanyahu was dead. It was an overwhelming feeling." Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And okay, Gloria says, "BB is alive, not dead." So
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
whatever the case may be,
Hmm.
all I know is he's not in charge. Someone
Right.
else is calling the
We haven't
shots.
really seen him for a
No,
while. Yeah.
no. And whatever is up with him, this is something that I don't think he is going to survive. So,
Yeah. I mean, he's what? I think he's 76.
so
BB
yeah,
is. I
some
mean,
something.
yeah. And of course, Trump's almost 80, but Well, there's another thing that happened over the weekend with the FCC, and they said that they don't want that they'll go after any state, any channel that is broadcasting things that they don't like, basically. And today I saw Ron Johnson talking about that, who is not one of my favorite people, but he said he doesn't agree. He said that's taking away our constitutional rights.
Exactly.
So it's like, well, thank you, but
Yeah.
And then last night, if you watch the Oscars, they would not let them say one word about that person, even though a couple of them said things around it, or they would pull their license. So this is like Occupy Germany in a lot of ways.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just dystopian. If anybody, anyone who watched The Handmaid's Tale, we're not telling you anything new. You just have to remember what happened in The Handmaid's Tale, because this is right. Like that was fiction. This is real life.
Yeah, it really is. And we are living in dystopian times. Absolutely. You couldn't, if you had thought about any one of these things 5 years ago, people would go, that would never happen. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. And people were saying and taking pictures of this. There was a guy in a sports car driving up a Florida highway over the weekend, and people were taking pictures of him because he looked exactly like Jeffrey Epstein. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was in Florida. Yeah, he could be with the man, you know, you never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, yes. Hello to all of you that have just joined us. Yes. It's lovely to have you here. So glad to have you here. Just want to remind you guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I do have Aley's channel information in the description of the video. So make sure that you do that. It really helps us out. It helps us to get the message out in front of people, because more and more people have questions and they want answers. And I think that what they're looking for is a little bit of humanity in the answers, right? And we've gone past the, oh my God, I can't believe you're so stupid part to, okay. You know,
I do want to mention, though, that there was a TikTok card reader who has been said that she thought at XYZ was going to happen and there was no two ways about it. Now she's being sued really bad lawsuit. So we have to be very, very careful how we say things. I don't need that kind of problem.
No. Well, in this case, if you're talking about the same person, yes, she's already been sued, and she was sued for $10 million because she said that a professor at a particular college was responsible for the death of some students.
Oh, okay.
Even though someone else had been arrested, but no, she just carried on and on and on. And that was the big thing, was tarot reader.
That's the Idaho student. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, there's
why would you say that? Yeah. For entertainment purposes only. That's right. Absolutely.
Exactly. And I think that we go out of our way to try to present the information. And when we don't know something, we'll tell you we don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't research this. I don't know this for a fact. And I know that there's, one of the things that I absolutely enjoy about all my subscribers and members and so on is that whenever there's a story, there's something that is newsworthy, they will email me. And they'll say, I just saw this, I just saw that. And it gives me an opportunity to do a deep dive into it,
right?
To get some more information. And so when I can go deeper into it, and I have a better sense now of what it is that I'm looking for. I can get back to them and everyone else and say, okay, no, this
Right.
didn't happen
No.
because
Yeah.
look at where it comes from, look at the channel name, look at the number, when
Yeah.
did they start the channel? February 14th of this year. Oh, okay. They've got 1,000 subscribers. Oh, okay. And yet they're coming across because they've taken someone else's video and repurposed it.
That's what happened with somebody that's trying to present themselves as Rachel Maddow on YouTube.
Yes.
And there, it's not Rachel Maddow.
No,
No.
no, it isn't. And one of the telltale signs that I noticed was when they whoever is presenting the video, they very rarely introduce themselves. They very rarely say, "Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. My name is Marina." There's none of that.
None of that. Okay.
It just goes right into the story. And so I'll go down and check out and see how many subscribers, how many times the video's been viewed, and then go in the more section and see where did it originate and when did they start the channel.
Yeah.
And that usually tells you everything that
you need to know. Yeah, that's very true, Marina. That's a good thing. Yeah.
So we have to be careful about the information that we share. And I know that, I mean, people share the information because they think it's newsworthy. They're not sharing it because they want to get someone in trouble, or they want to be mean or nasty or whatever. It's like, oh my God, this this is news. So
this is news. So here's another piece of This Is News today. Now we know Trump took out the East Wing, and we know that he wants to change the West Wing. Now he wants to take the columns out in the front and put more ornate columns in.
With his name carved in them. Don J was here.
He also has put statues up in the garden which is fun. This was kind of cool. Ben Franklin and a few others. Now that's okay. I don't have a problem with that, as long as it's not a bunch of him and Eric and Don Jr. All the others,
Yes.
Yeah. But you'd think that he would just probably. I'm surprised he didn't say, I think we should just implode the building and start from scratch, because that's what he's really wanting to do, is just completely change the whole facade of this building, and it's really sick.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's funny, but it's actually not really that funny. I think that once things settle down and we realize that we've gone through the tower moment, we know what needs to be changed and so on. I do have a feeling that the White House, as it is known now, will be torn down, and that a new
replica
government, not necessarily even a replica, but something new will be built on a site that is close to it, but not on the same site. I think that it needs to be a cleansing, to have the destruction of the old, because who built the White House?
Right.
Slaves did.
Yes. That's
and
true.
how many of them, transitioned there?
Right.
How many of them,
right.
So,
and it did burn down at some point, and they had to rebuild some of it. I think it was like in the 19th century, but I can't remember exactly, but like it was like during the War of 1812 or something.
Yes, it was during the War of 1812. Yeah, when Canada came in and burned half of it down. Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes. Yes, old silver. In 1812.
Yeah.
It was so. I'm sorry we didn't finish the job.
Oh my
But
goodness.
but
I
if
did
you
not
invite
even
us back,
realize at that time that it was Canada that did it. And I say, peace
yes,
out. You know, it's
yes,
all good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
absolutely. So I do think that it is going to need to be somewhere else. It's
Mhm.
someplace where it's um, where the memories are going to be maybe better memories, where
Yeah.
the foundation is going to be more solid, and the foundation is going to be more inclusive, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Once we can, now I did see a short video of ecstatic praying by evangelicals. They were like, what's the word I want to say? They're tripping out. I mean, they're dancing, they're wild, and there was
talking
another
in
picture of
tongues.
this huge stadium filled with people, and it said that it was the Christian nationalists, and that they're trying to get rid of everybody that's not them.
Huh,
And these are the things I think of when I think of making changes. There's a lot of people that want to go back to the way things were, but making changes is really going to be a very difficult thing to do. So, talking in
yeah,
tongues. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
yeah,
They do. Yep.
yeah, absolutely. And
Hmm.
there's going to be some people that, I mean, we're all on this journey together,
Yeah.
right?
We
We're all
Yeah.
heading to the same place together. We do
Hmm.
have to realize that there are some that no matter what happens, they are going to go down with the ship.
Hmm.
They are bound and determined to go down with the ship. And it's okay. We have to allow them to do that,
Right.
because I don't want someone telling me what to do. So what
Hmm.
gives me the right to tell someone else what they have to do, right? So
Absolutely.
some are going to go down, but a lot
Mhm.
of them are going to come around, and they're going to have questions.
Yeah.
They're going to want to know things, and we have to be able to explain it to them in a in as much of a non-judgmental way as
Yeah.
we can,
I
right?
know. That's very true.
Yeah.
This is what makes it really hard, I think, for
Yes.
some of us, that we get to the point where things are just so bad that we're like, they're awful. We're feeling that way. We're wanting to let that anger get out, but it
Yes.
really doesn't do anything. It just hurts us. It doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
They're oblivious to that whole thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally. So
Yeah.
I heard JD Vance, who was talking about the price of gas and
Oh,
why is it so high. Well, I got news for you. Hang on to your pearls, everyone.
right.
You know whose fault it is? Joe
Gee,
Biden.
oh, yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's right. It's
Joe
always his
Biden.
fault. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, because and I'll tell you why. Oil prices were so much higher when Biden was in power that it has taken President Trump and his concept of being non-dependent on foreign oil that
Hmm.
has lowered the prices to where they are right now.
Yep. Yep.
There
And
you
I'm
go.
hearing today that if Trump hadn't ditched all of the electric car stuff, we wouldn't be so worried. Yeah.
Imagine.
Imagine. Yeah. It's always, well, have you heard the ridiculous people saying that Biden was actually unalived in 2019, and it's a clone walking around, and he's always been a clone, and he looks different, and I've seen it on, even on YouTube, where people are saying that stuff about him.
Well, you know, all right. Okay. Let's go with that. The man is a clone. That means he didn't have the experience, the compassion, or anything else that Biden had, or that Obama had, or whatnot. Man, his clone is doing a hell of a good job.
I
Um,
know. Yeah.
wow.
He is jealous. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you know what I wonder if he's jealous of is his wife, who told all of us that she was a visionary, by the way. Have you heard that one?
No.
She said, as a visionary, blah, 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 blah. Yes.
Melania, I don't think she knows what a visionary is. Maybe she was thinking vegetarianism, and
Maybe
she
that's
just,
it. Yes.
vegetarian, visionary.
Well, they said to, why don't they put her in the Strait of Hormuz? Because she's been very used to escorting things.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Entertainment purposes only. We're tarot readers. What do we know? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That I think that at least I hope that one of the things that that keeps Trump awake at night is the idea that when he transitions, and God knows he will, we all will, who is going to come to his funeral? Who is going to eulogize him?
I know. It will have to be Susie Wiles.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe by then Elon will have made a clone of someone who will get out there and speak fondly of the president of, you know.
Oh my.
And
maybe a reptilian could do that.
Maybe.
Just put a mask on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then maybe people would. I said the other day, there is not going to be any open casket or any state funeral when he goes, because I think they're going to be really, really worried about the number of people that are going to be going by and doing the toy,
or afterwards, a public toilet, will be available for whoever wants to water the grass, so yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're right, Froxy. None of the sycophants will want to do the eulogy. Part of it is going to be because they're going to be so worried about how quickly they can say, oh, I was shocked when I found out that he did that. I had no idea. I have been lied to. I've been misled.
Oh my God. What about Florsheim shoes? Mark, so apparently Trump wanted everybody to wear black Florsheim shoes. They're $145 a piece, and they're what he wears, with his cankles. So he got every member of his cabinet a pair of Florsheim black shoes. And he said he knew, he was very, very astute, and he just knew in his heart whatever he chose for the size was right for that person. Well, we have little Marco, he's got like this much room behind his heel. Yeah. And you're seeing all these people wear them. And somebody said something about the 25th Amendment. And somebody said, are you kidding? They won't even wear the shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just let me see. I do think that I have it here. We can share it because there we go. There you go. Look at that.
Unbelievable. Can you imagine how, because he's going to flop around in them, and can you imagine he'll get blisters going back and forth like this? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Not only that, but then maybe this is a way for for Trump to hear them when they're coming. When you hear the flop, 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 flop. Oh, somebody's coming.
They
I'm
think
sorry,
they're a
Black. I
shoe-in
gotta
for the
go.
job. You know, they think they're a shoe-in, but they're not. Now he's also pushing Marco to run over JD, which, you know, it
Not
makes no
me.
difference to me because I don't vote that way anyway. But
Yes.
he's doing to JD what he did to Pence, which
Absolutely.
that's fine. I don't care. But I find it, you know, why would you believe that you would be treated differently when you've seen? It's like pattern recognition. You can
Yeah.
see how he treats everybody, and you're going to
Yes.
work for him. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Uh-huh.
No. None at all. And what was it? There was something else that they were meant for his boss's see, trip if he
Yes,
runs.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So the not hearing a whole lot from Vladimir Putin. Not hearing a whole lot from Xi Jinping, although there was he did send some ships or some boats or something into just off of Taiwanese waters.
Mm-hmm.
So as you know, what's China thinking? And hold on, let me see
fun.
that. Whoops.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Where is it? Hit Iran with our largest bomb. Yeah, Melania documentary.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, take that.
Really?
Yeah. Pooty blocked out the internet. No clue if it's true. I heard that from a couple different sources. I have not looked into it at all, so I don't know. But it would make sense that he doesn't want the people to know what's happening in the Middle East. He wants them to concentrate on, what's happening in the Ukraine and how close they are to winning in the Ukraine.
Right. Yeah.
As long as the Ukraine doesn't share their drone technology with the US. Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, Zelensky. Remember us? remember my friends? Listen, could you do us a solid?
I just don't understand why anybody, and maybe this is the only person ever that can get away with it, but you treat people like shit. You tell Keir Starmer you're not going to get any glory by coming into the war late and all this crap, and then 2 days later say, we need your help. You're part of NATO. You need to help us. Nobody wants to help him. I wouldn't want to help him.
No. They have NATO. A lot of the countries in NATO have basically said we didn't start this war.
Right. That's correct. And they don't. And I love Melania, not Melania, but Maloney from Italy.
Maloney, Italy.
We're not getting involved. Yeah, we're not interested. Yeah.
No. And there was who? Oh, I didn't have a chance to watch the whole thing, but I think it was a bit of a news conference yesterday where it was Mark Carney, Starmer, guy from Norway, Finland, Denmark, and there might have been another country who were they got together and were deciding on how they were going to work with each other in terms of keeping each other safe and guarding their natural resources. And anyway, the little bit that I did catch was, they're the world is basically getting together and saying, rather than consider how we can do business with the US, let us think of a world where we exclude the US, where they no longer exist.
That's right.
And we just leave them alone. You're so fabulous. You're so wonderful. You don't need anything from anyone else. Okay, then we're going to leave you alone. Look after yourselves.
After he goes into Cuba and goes into probably wants Greenland. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. Cuba, for sure. Venezuela.
Ecuador.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know what, like the kid in the candy store. I see it. I want it. It's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. A little spoiled toddler. And there was an article Keith showed me, and it said that somebody who is a linguist said that he has the vocabulary of an 8-year-old child. And I say, yeah, because he says the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
So
no expression, no, just he just goes on and on. And not only the linguistic ability, but also the brain power as well. When they had the ceremony, when they brought the soldiers back, and there he was with his hat on his head.
Right. Oh, and he's taken that picture, Marina, and used it for himself to sell something.
What they are, yes, I read up on that, and what they are basically, what they are selling is the dream of, we have to support our troops, we have to support our commander-in-chief. Apparently the emails or whatnot went out, and it was reported that they got like $46 million in donations and whatnot.
Unreal.
Seriously, for anyone who has ever given that man a penny, ask yourself, what has he given you? How have you benefited?
Right.
That you could honestly say, last week I had $1,000 in my savings account, and this week I have 2,000, thanks to Donald Trump.
Right. But everything he's promised he hasn't delivered and actually went back on. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. His IQ is 89. That's being generous, innocent potato.
Yeah.
And yes, we had to protect our airports from the British during the Revolutionary War.
Yes. And did you know that Iraq is the same thing as Iran? They're the same country. They're the same country. Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, I may not know every country or be able to tell you where it is on a map, but I pretty much know what areas are what. And he's saying that, who was it? It's Bush's fault because he didn't finish Iraq.
Sure. It's everybody else's fault but yours. Bush didn't start this war.
That's right. Oh, yes. I bet you right.
Yes.
They haven't, I don't think anybody's gotten their phone, have they? They were
no, probably not.
And I don't think they ever got them. I really don't.
They're being mailed out with the shoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the sneakers. Yeah, they should arrive.
We got tyrannical leadership. Do you think? Oh, yeah. Eric had posted, Iran is really mad and they want to unalive my dad. And everybody's like, yeah. Yeah.
Problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep talking. Stand close to him, Eric. Go put your arm around Dad. Yeah. And I think one of the things that I mentioned on Story in the Cards was that apparently Melania was interviewed, and she was asked about Barron serving in the military, because apparently there was when all this started, there was, hashtag, the send Barron whatnot, or something along those lines anyway. And she said, no, that was impossible because he needs around the clock supervision all the time. What's the matter with your kid, Melania? That he needs.
What is wrong here? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's Cher, your nephew is in the Navy, and I understand. You know what I found out? I don't know this person, but one of the young ladies who died in that refueling plane was from my town. And she was only 31 years old. And I'm thinking there's a lot more that we don't know about. I really think so. Yeah.
There is. They're not about to release all that information. You just have to look at the number of wounded that are all of a sudden in on bases in Germany and in different, that are close enough to there. Well, how did they get injured?
Yeah.
If the US went in and absolutely decimated everything, how could they be injured?
So there's two things he didn't think about. The first thing is the bombing of our bases over there. That to me is like, duh. And the other is he didn't want to listen to anybody else. So if they tried to tell him about the Strait of Hormuz, he wasn't having it, because he's the big head honcho and he's going to make the decision. And he said that today about Keir Starmer. You're the boss. You make the decision. Why do you have to ask your people? You just be you, that whole thing. Well, it had to be his undoing. And that's about the only way that you would ever get him to be undone, at least in some way. And he was saying that, only he can do whatever, that there's no one else. And that's what a man in 1939 to 43 used to say all the time. One of them was in Italy and the other one was in Germany. And they used to say it all the time.
Yeah. Only I can fix this.
That's
I
correct.
can fix this.
Yeah.
And isn't it amazing how they both ended up?
Well, yeah. Mussolini was upside down, hanged from his, like the hanged man, in the tarot cards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And China needs the oil. Russia needs the oil. Russia is not doing so bad right now because, they're an ally of Iran, and they're, they are able to get some of the things, some of the oil out. And Iran has said publicly several times, any ship that wants to go through the Strait of Hormuz, you can do it.
Yeah.
The only ships that are going to be in trouble are U.S. ships and U.S. ally ships. If you're not a U.S. ship or a U.S. ally ship, don't worry about it. Right? So, I think it's still going to get just a little worse before it gets better. But there, Trump is definitely looking for an exit. How he can say, "Well, we won," and walk away, when they didn't. They didn't. Everyone knows that, you didn't. Iran is fighting back. Iran,
and I don't blame them. Yeah.
No.
Even the Iranian protesters
yes
said this isn't the way we wanted this to happen. This
Yes.
is not on our, in our game book at all. So while there are some people that were happy that the Ayatollah was
Yes.
gone, they got another Ayatollah now. It doesn't really matter. It's never going to change.
Exactly.
No matter how far back they bomb, it just isn't going to change. So,
yeah, totally. So we will get through this. We honestly, folks, we will get through this. I promise. Mm-hmm. It's just, whenever you hear something on the news, oh my God, just, think of it as watching an episode of The Office, and try to see if you can identify the players, who's really talking, and what are they really saying. Yeah, okay, so there we go. We've got the office manager. That's Donald himself, and then we've got JD Vance, Mr. Fruit.
He's a Fruit Loop. Somebody said about him today, he's had 3 separate names, and then none of them were the same. I didn't know he had 3 different ones. It was like, wow. So he doesn't know who he is.
No, he has no idea. None. But he comes out every once in a while and he says the things that the boss wants him to say.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Did Susie Wiles bring up the fact that she had breast cancer and that or was that something he opened his big fat gabber about? Do you know? Anybody know?
No.
Because it wouldn't surprise me if he said, Susie. And then I heard today, which was funny, that he's considering, now whether or not this is true, I don't know. He's considering replacing Pam Bondi with Alina Habba.
No.
I thought that was the funniest thing I'd heard all day. Oh my God.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
Yeah. But he'd rather have women fail than the men fail. So that's why he does this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Alina Habba is going to get her law license taken away, Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
And the SAVE Act, by the way, for you in Florida, the SAVE Act was passed in the Florida legislature. So you're going to have problems voting there, guys. It hasn't passed, but Ron did it. Ron DeSantis did it. So I hope you have a passport, because I really don't think Republican people in general, not saying everybody, goes traveling. They don't travel, or they don't have a passport. It's like, I don't know, a couple $100 for a passport or something.
Yep.
And it isn't on their to-do list usually. Mm-hmm. And so how are they going to vote? And plus, if their names are different on their birth certificate than they are on their license or their passport, you can't vote.
Yep.
So it's not going to work out as well as they think it is. I don't think they thought that one through either. Yeah.
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 The person he was not supposed to be shutting off his mouth. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. And then he laughed, Catherine. He laughed about it, which makes me sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he would think it was funny if someone said, oh, look, the man with cankles, is just a couple heartbeats away from dying because he's got Alzheimer's and he's losing his effing mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first, when I heard it, I was in the middle of it, and so he was saying it's terminal and this and that, and I'm thinking, oh, he's telling us about himself. But no.
He's never been happier.
Oh God, that's so sick. Unreal.
Yeah.
Well, so passports are $160, renewals $130. That's still a lot of money for some of those supporters of him. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And there's an awful lot of information that you have to provide when you go to get a passport. Mm-hmm. What do you do if a member of your family is adopted?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Or if you have a mixed family and one is darker than the other, or a different, or
Yeah,
remarriage or whatever. Yeah, you got a lot of things got to do some splaining here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And don't think about coming up to Canada without that passport.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Uh,
What can you do? What can you do?
that's right.
We gotta laugh. We gotta laugh because, yeah, as Sherry of Liberal Tarot by Sherry likes to say, laughter is resistance,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's true.
It
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
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 Thank you, Susan Rotella. That is
Okay.
very generous and kind of
Yeah.
you, as always. Susan
Uh-huh.
is just a fabulous, fabulous supporter of
She really is.
the
She is.
channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
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 So that, yeah. Well, we are just over an hour.
We
And
made it.
thank you for those of you who joined us here
Yeah.
and who listened to us and participated in the conversations. Hope you found it entertaining. Hope you found
Enlightening.
it somewhat informative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you
Well,
got a chuckle, because that's really
yes,
what it's all about. Yeah.
yes,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We're keeping an eye on each other, and
Mhm.
we're, you know, standing shoulder to shoulder. And if you need someone to carry you for a while, then that's fine. We'll carry you, and we know our time is going to come when we're going to ask you to carry us. So
That's right.
it's
Yep.
it's all there. So thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Aley,
Thank you,
for
Marina.
doing this.
Uh-huh.
And we'll be back on the 30th, and Arthur is going to be with us.
That's right.
So there.
Yeah. So
All
we'll
right,
enjoy.
everyone.
Thank
Take care. Have a
Take care.
good one. And
Yep.
we'll see you all later. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.